Hey guys, I'm actually sorry for that. It seems like OBS crashed, so and now we are just calling Dennis, so you only see me for a few seconds. I'm sorry for that. Hello? Sorry. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for Dennis to pick up the call because OBS crashed, so we had to restart. And meanwhile, I can show you my cat because Dennis is still not in the call, or at least I can't hear him. Hey, chat. Sorry, I will quickly start the presentation as well. I hope you guys are all doing nice in the meantime, and I just quickly have to scroll to the point where we were. And Dennis, if you are in the chat, I still cannot hear you. So please, if you could join me. Cat. Everyone loves Kitty. There's another Kitty as well somewhere, but he's more shy. And he's calling me. Okay. OBS problems, guys. Yes. And we were at the most exciting part as well, so I hope I can catch Dennis here quickly. Hello, Dennis, are you here? I think he is in here. Hello? Guys, Dennis just doesn't want to talk right now, I think. So meanwhile, I can talk about our next part, which is our new weapon variant. And as soon as Dennis joins us, which I hope he will, then he can talk about this as well. But until then, please just talk to me. So our brand new weapon variant, which I think I kinda yesterday, if you are following me on Twitter, accidentally spoiled it with a screenshot, but then I censored it so you didn't actually see it, which is a variant to the Winfield Centennial sniper variant. So this is coming in this update, and I actually have a bunch of videos to show you for this, so why don't we just take a look at those. And my cat is literally eating my headset. Yeah, we figured a lot of people would like, oh, my other cat arrived, great. Would prefer a marksman variant, but the sniper variant just made more sense in this game to not give it so much advantages. And we already have a marksman Winfield variant in the game. So as you can see, it's like a typical sniper variant with a pretty far away view. And we have more videos with when you're using trait. Sorry, meanwhile I'm trying to call Dennis. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Dennis is back. Amazing. Okay.
Just need to call me.
Well, I called you once, but it said like, Dennis is currently not available on Teams, so yeah.
No. Did you make an appointment with my secretary?
Well, she sounded like she was angry. So meanwhile, I started showing the new Centennial variant.
Oh, nice. Cool.
And
jump right into that.
And we are right now showing the video with the traits. I will share my screen with you as well.
Obviously, I cannot compete with your cats, Benz. It's all fine.
True. Although they can't talk as nicely as you.
I think they're still much better co-hosts than me, so it's all right. Yeah, so what did you talk about so far with the Centennial?
That it's new. And it's a sniper variant and not a marksman.
Yes. Did you already talk about why it is a sniper variant?
Well, not really. So you can tell us.
Okay, let me jump right in there then. What we felt is that a Deadeye or a Marksman Centennial would be quite a powerful choice because of the high rapid fire. We actually thought, you know what, we only have one Sniper Scope Smith trait-based weapon already. Let's just add another one, and we use the Sniper Scope, a bit of a balancing factor as well for this weapon. So because the sweet spot for this is obviously not at a 200 plus meter range, but like between like 50 to 150 meters. And a sniper scope can be at times a bit overpowered for that one from the zoom. So it's an intentional inconvenience we kind of put in there, so that actually the weapon doesn't become too much of a scout sniper close quarter type of marksman rifle, but actually still is having a bit of a downside. So again, tell us on the test server how it feels for you and what you want to make out of it.
And meanwhile, I'm showing other videos of it as well because we have quite a few.
Yes.
So this is the one where you get killed by it, basically. And I believe we have one more as well.
I really like the look of that gun. It fits very, very nice.
It's quite a long zoom though, like with all snipers, I guess. But
yeah,
you wouldn't expect from Winfield variant.
At that distance, you really need to land your headshots. Like you might easily have like 3 or 4 body shots or like non-headshots that you can survive, because obviously it's a medium bullet and as such it loses power quite drastically over distance.
Exactly. So that's it for the Winfield variant, and let's talk about other changes we still have in this update. Such as the traits, and that meatheads actually drop them in quick play now as well, which you guys have been asking for quite a lot, at least those of you that play quick play.
Yes, so this is like another small change. So far, the only way you got traits was every time you closed a rift, and now you can also see and go hunting for those meatheads alongside to find like another trait or two here and there. Obviously, you still need to win the round to keep your hunters, so there's only so much of that, right?
Oh, and Dennis, by the way, you got really dark during the hours of the stream,
yeah,
so you may want to turn on.
It's reflecting my mood from the disconnect. Let me see if that actually helps. Just
it's way better. Yes, yes.
Let's see.
And another like medium-sized changes are melee improvements which we made. So can you tell us about that, Dennis?
Yes, it's the second part to some improvements we tried already last year, and they were only semi-successful, and that was related to making the melee weapons that use swing attacks, like the talons, like the saber, the heavy knife, a bit more reliable to hit. So we've done another round of changes here, and this time it's mostly about the hit validation, so hit registration for melee, that we've looked into, and there's no more of a finer check resolution, so it checks at more intermediate steps. And what that should mean is that all of these melee weapons that are using these slash attacks are now a bit more reliable to use. So again, please let us know how you do against, for example, Hellhound packs now with like the heavy knife, or how you do with the talents in general. So it should behave a lot better, and we're waiting for your feedback.
Exactly. And then I think the last addition in this update, which is quite a big one, I think, because you guys may have known or may know that we had a weapon contest for our anniversary, and we had a winner called Flow Viking, and he made an amazing Mosin skin, which is actually coming with this update. So let's take a look at Bear's Tooth and how his original idea was. As you guys know, it's gonna be a free gift, so you will all have it with the update on your account, or maybe you have to go to the store and unlock it for 0 blood bonds.
Yes, you have to claim it in the store, but it's for free.
And this was the original idea by Flow Viking, called Bear Spirit. We actually renamed it a bit and obviously did work on it, created our own version of it. And this is how it looks in the game.
I really like this one. I like the natural aspect, the mossy aspect around attack. Mossin sniper, Mossin rifle. It's somewhere a joke hidden in there. So let's look a bit more into the details of it.
Oh, well, obviously that slide is now gone for some reason, so but I can actually
Just show it separately.
yeah, I just put in the pictures I have because we have like a bunch of pictures of it. I don't know why my slide is gone though. Let me add...
Just show,
yeah,
just show it separately.
Cat, please leave me. I just have to add display capture for that because we don't usually do that. Yeah. Okay, so I have a bunch of images, guys. So let's look at these ones. I hope you guys can see that.
Yeah, just zoom a little bit on those, just so you can look at the details.
Well, I have a full screen, so I can't really see, but I hope you guys can see it because obviously when I do slideshow, all my screens are black. But
so yeah, I think this turned out really, really nice. So again, congratulations to the winner. Well done, and I hope that you're happy with how this has been interpreted by the art team and actually turned into a proper weapon for the game. I personally think this looks really, really dope.
Yes, and I can actually even show you guys some transparent renders of the same skin. So I can actually zoom on this once a bit more so you guys can see the details a bit.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, this looks so good.
Yeah.
Zoom as much as you can. Show all the details, Vince.
Then it will look a bit because it's like it should be a PNG, so it's like transparent. But here I can't show that. But
I really like the details, just like the whole thing basically being carved from like a solid piece of wood and just like unmodified. I can already see a couple of like legendary skins. This fits really, really nicely too.
Yeah, I'm showing the other pictures meanwhile from every angle so you guys can see, like the claw marks over the gun, and obviously the moss. And then this is the last image we have. There you can actually see the tooth as well.
Very nice.
Yeah,
so
it's free.
Available for everybody for free. Just go and grab it in the store. Obviously, you can try it out on the test server, but you then just really properly grab it in your account when we are on the live servers.
Exactly. And also read the lore text in the live servers because we don't have that yet here. So then you will find out what we created for this skin. And as we mentioned in the beginning, guys, especially about matchmaking or any other questions you may have, this is our Q&A section. So now you can actually ask and we will monitor the chat and answer you. So feel free to go wild right now and we will try to get back to your questions. Oh, so yeah, obvious question which is everyone is curious about is the new map and what's coming after this update. So I think we can, we even showed some little sneak peeks on the social media. So what is that about, Dennis?
Yeah, well, the map is making nice progress. So expect more information about that very, very soon. But first, obviously, 1.5.2. It's a bit of a stepping stone for us, this update, right? It's a smaller update. It's a limited amount of content and changes. We hope you still like all of what is in there, but it's obviously not going to have any major features in it. So that's where the next update, 1.6, then comes in, and this is where we want to include the map. And so expect more news about that soon. And I can't wait.
Yeah, but guys, don't worry, it is coming and it's pretty soon. So I know that everyone, like under every single post, every comment is new map, new map, new map. Guys, it's almost here. Now just be patient a bit, and I think you will all like the results. Another question I've seen pop up multiple times now is about the 2D replay system that we had mentioned earlier. Is that something we still want to add, or is it ever coming, or what's...
Yeah, we still have that on the roadmap. For me personally, it's one of the most hotly anticipated features. For those who don't know what that meant when we last talked about, this is basically a chance to kind of see a 2D version of the map after the round, and you kind of see like how people moved and different actions, so you can kind of deconstruct the round afterwards and see and resolve the mystery on how people moved and where they were, etc. That's still on the roadmap, and we'll talk about that somewhere down the line when we have a chance to get closer to this.
Another question about future stuff is the skin customization, which we have also mentioned, I believe.
So the outfit selector, I guess, is the
exactly.
point. Yeah. So at the moment, this is not the most important topic for us. We still have it on the roadmap, but we have to see where we want to place this. There's a couple other things like with the map, etc., coming up first. So we want to talk about those first, rather than features that are really, really rough at the moment.
Then Dodge nerf.
All right, yeah, the Dolge. I mean, we can talk about it for a second, actually, if you bring it up. So we looked into a couple of options with the Dolge. So first off, understanding the Dolge is an important factor here, and that can only happen through stats and telemetry. When we look at the current usage of the Dolge, we're still, like last time we talked about, is at like around 2% of all players who go into a game have a Dolge as part of the loadout, right? It's a very small fraction. You always have to consider, as part of this discussion, like that obviously it's more frequently in like the higher Elo rank games, like with the veterans that actually have access to it. So like you always have to take percentage values as a pinch of salt there, because it's not like the only indicator you can use for this. But for example, the uppercut is at 6.9 or so percent usage. The PAX is at 5.7. The Winfield C is at 4 point something. So as you can see, just in relation, it's not used that frequently. However, obviously, we still understand that it is used quite frequently in certain skill ranges and certain brackets. So this is something that we're looking into a little bit. And what I can tell you already is we've done some experimentation in the past with the Dolge, and just nerfing the damage doesn't do anything for it practically. We would need to nerf it into the ground below like the Bornheim level for it to even matter to have something on damage, because it will still be a 2-tap most of the time in the typical combat distances. So when we look into the Dolge in the future updates, and we want to do that, we're probably going to look more into how we can look in semi-automatic fire in general and what it means for the fire behavior, recoil, sway, that type of stuff. We can look into damage as one part of the component, but it's not going to be the silver bullet. And we can also look into animations, for example, so like seeing if there's anything we want to do on the reloads, etc., that's like as an additional smaller cost. None of these is a silver bullet, and therefore the biggest problem of the Dolge is simply it's a modern gun. It's a semi-automatic 10-round pistol, and the flexibility that gives you on its own is just immense. It's hard to offset that with other stats. It's just a problem that comes from having a modern weapon in a game which otherwise has also like single-shot weapons. Like it's just a very strong difference between them. So we're looking into it. It's something we want to further investigate, and there's going to be some options. I'm pretty sure next update will have something for the Dolge in there as well, but don't expect magic, guys, because really the Dolge on its own is not so much of an issue from the statistics side, and the changes we can do with the damage nerf on its own will not be sufficient. We've tried this locally. There has to be a mix of different things, and then we have to see if in the combination maybe they help with the balance a little bit, but we are not too worried about it. Like it's a bit on vogue with the Dolge bashing at the moment as well. We understand that it is a powerful gun. It is a very powerful gun. It's definitely a competitive and meta driving weapon, and something we want to look into, but it's also not the biggest of our problems on the plate right now.
So I hope that answer satisfied a lot of people, because that was...
how can you win with that question? How can you ever win as a developer?
Yeah. So the other question I've seen is like, when are the other contest winner skins coming? And they are coming in the upcoming updates as well. We didn't forget about them. There will be 3 skins in total, including this one. So they will all make it to the game soon. Then another question was about the pre-saved loadouts. I think we touched on it every single stream in the questions, but let's answer it once again. Is that something we want to add to the game, or
can you repeat the first part again, because I missed that?
The pre-saved loadouts to save your loadout.
Yes, they are coming. We have them on the list. We have them planned. We have a design for it. We just have to see at what point we can implement them. There's a couple other things that are also like requiring UI work that we have to and want to work on first. But it's definitely coming. We want to have loadouts. We think it's an important step, and I think the solution that we've come up with will also be very nice for you guys.
Do you guys have any questions about matchmaking specifically? Because we would like to clarify as many things about that as possible right now.
They all forgot about that first part because we kept on talking all the time. Well, actually, rather
True.
me.
It's been more than 1.5 hours, I suppose. A lot of people are still asking about a reconnect feature, but I think we have covered it for years now. But let's just answer that once again.
Which one?
reconnect to the game.
The reconnect feature, yeah, it's been investigated. We want to do it. We just have to see the amount of work, etc. So it's like we have at least one person who is actively looking into this, but we cannot tell you when it would be ready, what problems might come along the way that might delay it, etc. It's one of the many things we have on the list, and we're actively trying to see what we can do.
So I've seen some questions about reports and the cheaters and the problem with cheaters, guys. So cheaters have been like a pretty big internal discussion for us for the past month, and we have been actually heavily investigating a lot of things regarding that, and we are banning players constantly and continuously with all the new cheats that are added to the game. So we are very much on that topic, and I think we have also seen a lot of improvements in the past month. So yeah, as always, just keep reporting if you see something to us on Discord or just on DMs or whatever, and obviously report it to our customer support team because that's the best way to do it, so it goes directly to them. But yeah, we are obviously on it, and we didn't forget about that question. I don't know if you have anything else to add on that, Danny.
No. I only see a couple more questions we can also jump to. Ari is so nice to forward to us. Oh. So there's been one question here I see about explosions still effective against concertina. Yes, they work against concertina wire, and also the uppercut is yet another tool in your inventory to actually clear wire that way. We just have to see whether you want to use a round for that or not. There was a question about the poison shot working with an enemy hunter, like how exactly that works. So basically, the poison shot has two parts to it. There's the physical part of the actual bullet hitting, and it has the poison effect on itself. It's similar with explosive, where you have also two parts, like it's the physical projectile hitting you, and then it's the explosion on the impact. And with poison, if the enemy that you fire at has antidote shot, obviously they will just take the physical part of the damage. The same way that if they get pounced by the spider, they get still stung by the spider or bitten by the spider. So there's physical pain, physical damage, but it doesn't poison you, and it's a similar way there. So for a player using antidote, it just means they probably take less damage than from a non-poison weapon, because usually poison bullets have less damage than the regular ones.
Okay, I've seen some questions meanwhile as well, sure, about like performance stuttering issues and such. As we covered it in the beginning of the stream, we actually have fixed many of those in this patch. So make sure to go to the test servers and see if it helped you or not, and let us know, because that will help us a lot as well. But yeah, we have indeed added fixes to those problems, at least to some of them. So please, again, go to the test servers, test it, and let us know how that goes for you.
Yeah, like things like stuttering, for example, that's a bigger topic, right? Like there might be several different problems that result in stuttering, and they might either stack because you're suffering from multiple, or it might be only one. For another player, it's another. It's a very complicated thing. We have a few fixes in there. So for some of you guys, it might help already. Maybe for others, it still doesn't help. So that's why it's important to give us the telemetry, give us the data, feedback to us about what you encourage, to what you encounter, I mean, and give us a chance to identify what is left on the plate for us. So that goes for stuttering, it goes for performance, it goes for any texture issues or anything on the visual side, as well as like ping issues, etc. Again,
exactly. Hit registration and all that.
Hit registration, the same thing. Like some of that might be on the server, some of that might be connection from the clients. It can be a mix of both. It's very, very specific for us from the feedback side to figure out what exactly is the issue here. So the more details we get, the more you guys feedback to us with additional data, the better. Also keep in mind there has been some additional performance, for latency, etc. Desync, like meters added to the game. If you enable them in the options menu, you will see on test server a little bit more detail of what's going on performance-wise, and hopefully this will also make it easy for you to then tell us exactly where you're experiencing issues to help us find solutions.
All right, and I see players asking when this is playable on the test servers, or when can they actually try it out?
You can try it out right now. It's live. Some of you smart people out there might have already recognized the server updating, and maybe already even on the server playing right now. Test server 152 is up. Go update and enjoy, and please give us feedback about everything you've seen today, be that balancing changes, be that your performance experience, be that the new content. Just give us feedback about everything. That's why we do this stuff.
Exactly. So thank you guys for joining us today. As Dennis mentioned, please make sure to reach out to us on Discord. Especially we are always there, but on social media we always monitor everything as well, and you can even DM us, and we'll try to look into your problems or help you out with anything we can. We also talked about the matchmaking blog that will go up this week, so if you're interested in matchmaking specifically, please take a look at our website to see that in detail. And I hope everyone enjoyed the stream and the cats and the small interruption. I'm sorry for that. And
before you wrap up, Benz, give me a chance to answer one more question, because it's been popping up quite a bit.
There's always a chance. Then.
There's always the last chance for it, and I think that's something people will want to hear about. So there have been some more reports since once we released 151 about once in a while you get these freak sessions where there are more than 12 players. And this is actually a bug that was introduced with 151, which 152 fixes again. Now, in general, you might say, like, but why? Why do you fix that? More players? Damn it. We agree. It would be awesome to have more players. But what we also see in the telemetry is, and that's why we have currently 12 players as a limit, is that the performance on the servers is suffering quite immensely from this, especially if you have like several more players in the same match. It not only becomes an issue of like having too many neighbors as you spawn, like from a game balancing side, but it's primarily an issue on the performance side. So what we said in some previous streams is there's still the option for us to investigate if we can maybe get one more player into trio games in the future. Again, this is very early. I won't be able to tell you when, and even if we manage to squeeze out enough performance to allow for that to happen, I think it would be a nice change if trios could have this +1, so that there could either be a solo added or maybe a trio is swapped out for 2 duos. But again, this is for the future. What actually this bug will help us a little bit. It's a nice side effect, is we can use the data we gathered from these freak sessions to actually maybe check out the performance a little bit more and see where the problems are, and then hopefully maybe down the line we can come up with a plan to actually expand the player number. But for the moment, consider this just a bug, and unfortunately it has quite some severe performance implications. Like you will notice there will be more hit registration issues, for example. There might be performance implications on weaker systems, and obviously on console this is going to be, with the limited hardware there, it's going to be more of an issue. So this will be fixed. We will go back to the 12 players reliably, and then maybe in the future we have a chance to go back to this topic and look at adding more players, but there is no promise on that yet.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to answer, Dennis, before?
No, I'm done.
There we go. Thank you. Okay. Then again, guys, thank you. Everything that I said before Dennis answered the last question is still true. So roll back and listen to that. But yeah, again, thank you for joining us on this lovely Tuesday. Make sure to go on the test server if you're playing on a PC, so we know what's up and how you like the changes, especially also for the anti-wiggling and anti-crouches changes. Would be very nice to hear your feedback. But with that said, have a good night, guys. Thank you, Dennis, for joining us today. And
thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the server, guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay. We can also quickly talk in. Wait, never mind. Yeah. Do you want to wait until we're done, or? Okay.
The sky is red, I see the face of the one who'll take my place. I say a prayer and close my eyes. My aim is true, the bullet flies. The seeds we sow, the fruit we reap. Tide of death is rising. Ain't no grave can hold me down. One foot in hell, on sacred ground. Steady on, and we'll come. Steady on, and we'll come. Oh, steady on, and we'll come. Oh, steady on. Steady on, and we'll come. Steady on, and we'll come. Oh, steady on, and we'll come. Oh, steady on, and we'll come. The tale is told, my fate is writ. I die, I weep, it starts again.